Honestly, when I was reading of what was termed as the Lagos Plan of Action, I just realized that Africa has never been in a position of lack of good ideas, but the challenge is how to implement. Because if you happen to look what was termed as a Lagos Plan of Action, this was an organization meeting which was led by different African heads of states in the early 1980s on a basis of to utter out different challenges of Africa and to have a resolution for them. All these ideas were very good, but the issue was how they to be implemented. Even up to now, none of those has never been implemented. So let's go. The Lagos Plan of Action as an organization of Africa unity backed on to plan increase of self-sufficiency. The plan aimed to maximize African links with the Western countries by maximizing African-owned resources. When you go to resources, now we underline the term resources. There is because we are talking about the 1980s, whereby all Africans were exporting raw materials, but in return they get finished goods at a very high cost. We believe you still have some countries which do also participate in this. We are lucky enough in my own country where I come from, that is Uganda. Our current president, John Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, has totally banned the exploitation of raw materials, saying not until we shall get experts who can do the refinery goods, or we shall make up industry to at least get processed goods. But as we speak right now, we are doing what would be avoided in the past, or what would be avoided in the past. We are exploiting our own resources, getting finished goods, but at a low cost, yet we get them at a higher cost and we give them raw material at a low cost. This was termed as exploitation of resources. The plan was, okay, the other key point was, the plan was to develop the continental blueprint through Africa could achieve rapid economic and social development based on principles of collective self-reliance. Can we develop our mind? Can we change our attitude towards development? Can we get skilled personnel? Can we get people who know what should be done at that right time? So one of the main features which occurred in this kind of meeting, however, we still have challenges why these things were not be able to be implemented, was under the Lagos Plan of Action. One of the key factors was self-reliance. I've talked about that. Courage of diversification and sustained development, promote participatory development, a rise and standard of living to promote cooperation and economic integration among other sets. It would what some does a continental free trade area, where someone was expected that if you were in Lagos, we would be prioritizing our own Africa first. Why would you go to buy something all over the seas when another African land has the same product? For instance, if Aliko Dangote's, just giving an example, if Aliko Dangote's fuel refinery can produce, as we speak right now, over 650 gallons or barrels per day, if we can reach an extent of serving 3 other neighboring countries, why would you choose to go and get fuel from another country? He said you would use this one as an opportunity, with the priority number one of buying fuel from this side and other products. We would have to prioritize our nations first. Otherwise, it's the one way to develop Africa. So this is through the Revolutionary Awakening of Africa. We call upon all fellow Africans that it's high time we wake up, we stand up, and we focus on what is good for the African land. In this case, by media boss represent Kawesa Francis Akali Amagwa, order from Uganda to the rest of the world. One love.